life, where there are winners, there must surely be losers. What matters is whether you dare to face the challenge. Life is a game of chess, where if someone wins, someone else must lose. But the true importance lies not in the final outcome, but in whether you dare to sit down at that chessboard. For the winner is not the one who has never failed, but the one who dares to enter the game, dares to stake everything, dares to confront. Challenges are the test of true grit. They don't come to knock you down, but to see how many times you can rise after falling. Each time you overcome an obstacle, you not only draw closer to victory, but also touch the strongest version of yourself. The real loser is not the one who fails, but the one who never tries. For daring to face it despite the risks, the fears, or your own limits is already a quiet triumph. And sometimes that very courage is what weaves the most extraordinary tales. Victory isn't about never falling. It's about always daring to press on, even knowing you might lose. In this journey of life, those who dare to confront are the ones truly living, for they know challenges only terrify when you refuse to stare them down. Think of those with disabilities. They only wish they could take a few steps on their own. So why can't you give it your all? Pause for a moment and reflect on the less fortunate, those with disabilities, those who dream of standing up once, of walking even just a few steps. To them, what we take for granted is a burning dream. So why do we, with healthy legs and hearts still beating strong, so easily give up on the smallest hardships? Life isn't always fair, but it always gives us a choice. Complain or strive. When you're weary, remember there are those who wish they could tire like you, because that means they can still work, still live like everyone else. Every step you take is not just your own journey, but a quiet thank you to life, for you still have the chance to move forward. Strength lies not in the body, but in the spirit. Those with disabilities may lose some abilities, but they never lose their longing. And you, with everything intact, the only thing you need is to not waste the miracle you possess. To reach any position, the key is choosing your own direction. Life is like a vast map, where each of us holds a compass called choice. Some race ahead, others move slowly, but not everyone knows where they're headed. And it's when we pause, listen to that inner call, that we realize to reach any destination, we must first set our course. No favorable wind blows for a ship that doesn't know its harbor. If you don't know what you want, every effort becomes vague. But once you have a direction, even on a rugged path, you can stride forward steadily, knowing each step holds meaning. Success doesn't come from chasing others, but from staying true to your own path. For only when you choose a direction that resonates with your heart can you go far, not out of pressure to arrive, but because the journey makes you more yourself each day. In life, direction matters more than speed. Take time to listen to yourself. Choose a path that feels meaningful, for only then will every position you reach truly honor the journey you've walked. You can't open a book and find a page that says, "This is how to live." You have to live and learn for yourself. Life isn't a user manual, with no page declaring, "This is how to live fully." If life is a book, then each of us is the author, penning every line with sweat, tears, and faith. No one can live for us, just as no one can learn for us the lessons that only time and experience can teach. Sometimes we stumble, sometimes we lose our way, but in those very moments, we discover just how strong we are. Life doesn't demand perfection. It only asks that we dare to live authentically, to err, to try, and to rise again. No book can teach us how to love, to forgive, or to smile after being shattered. Those things can only be learned by going through them, feeling them, and growing from them ourselves. For only the steps we take, the pains we endure, and the joys we touch paint the vivid portrait of a life truly worth living. Life has no template. Live, learn, and craft your own story, for that's the most precious book you'll ever write. Keeping your fears to yourself is also a form of courage. There are fears that can't be spoken, not because we're weak, but because we choose to hold them like a smoldering flame that helps us understand ourselves better. Keeping fears private isn't fleeing. It's a quiet way to forge the heart, for only those who have trembled know true calm. Only those who have been lost cherish peace. Courage isn't always loud or witnessed by others. It lives in the moments we reassure ourselves. Everything will be okay. In how we keep working, keep loving, even with worry in our hearts. That's when we don't let fear lead us, but make it a companion teaching caution, depth, and greater strength. The world doesn't need to know what we fear. What matters is that we keep walking, keep believing in the light ahead, even if shadows linger within. And in the instant we dare to keep that fear to ourselves, that's when we've learned the most beautiful lesson in courage. Bravery isn't always conquering fear, but sometimes living alongside it, in silence, in steadfastness, and in the faith that we can still go on, even with a trembling heart. Some fears can't be banished or denied. They're like shadows that follow us on every step of life's path. And then we realize bravery isn't escaping fear, but learning to walk with it. It's when the heart still quivers, but the feet remain resolute. It's in the silence, telling ourselves, I won't stop. Living with fear doesn't weaken us, it deepens us. For only by acknowledging fear do we truly grasp our own power. Like a candle in the dark, it can't banish the night, but it still glows, still burns, still warms the space around it. True courage isn't fearing nothing, but choosing to move forward, knowing you're afraid. It's calm amid the storm, eyes fixed ahead while the heart races, and in those moments, we touch the truest beauty of bravery. Simple, humble, yet endlessly resilient. Bravery isn't destroying fear, but accepting it as part of you, then stepping forward quietly, persistently, and full of faith that, even afraid, I can keep going. Successful leaders have the courage to act when others hesitate. In this ever-changing world, everyone wants success, but not everyone dares to leave their comfort zone. A true leader isn't the one with all the answers, but the one who dares to act without guarantees. While others waver, they step forward. While the crowd fears, they begin. Courage isn't recklessness, but a fierce belief in their vision. Even on a path full of risks, they know no first step is easy, but without someone starting, nothing great is ever born. Successful leaders don't chase safety. They seek breakthroughs. They're willing to fail to learn, willing to take responsibility to pave the way for others. And in the moment everyone else pulls back, they advance quietly but resolutely, knowing courage is the only bridge between ideas and reality. Leadership isn't just holding power, but daring to act when others halt. For only those with enough courage to move amid the crowd's hesitation can guide the world to new horizons. Never give up on your dreams. Seek out opportunities and seize them. Never let anyone convince you that your dreams are impossible. Every person is born with a longing in their heart, perhaps small, but enough to illuminate an entire life. Dreams don't draw closer on their own. You must walk toward them, step by step, effort by effort, never quitting. There will be times of disappointment when the path seems too long, the goal too distant. But remember, as long as you still believe that dream still lives, opportunities don't always knock. Sometimes you have to go find them. And when one appears, don't hesitate, grasp it. For it might be the moment that changes your life. The world doesn't reward dreamers, but those who turn dreams into action. Every step today, no matter how small, is a brick building the road to a brighter tomorrow. A dream only truly dies when you stop believing in it. So, never give up. Seek opportunities amid challenges, and when they come, hold them tight with all your heart. Be grateful for the difficult times you faced. They are what have made you stronger. Be thankful for the days you thought you couldn't rise, the tears from pain or failure, for in those dark moments, your inner strength was born. No path to success avoids life's potholes. Every fall is a lesson in rising again. Every challenge teaches that you are more resilient than you know. Hardships don't come to defeat us, but to remind us we can go further if we don't quit. Life isn't made to be easy, but to teach us to stand firm, like a diamond that shines only under pressure. People grow truly strong through storms. Don't fear hard days, be grateful for them. For after each trial, you'll see you're no longer yesterday's fragile self, but a more resolute, wiser, far stronger version. Hardships are life's hidden gifts. Thank them, for in adversity, you discover your true power. Live with gratitude and give your all. For every breath, every step, every day you can start anew is a gift someone out there longs for. Live gratefully, not just for great achievements, but even for breathing through an ordinary day. Every breath you take proves you still have chances to love, to learn, to change, and to begin again. Some people only wish for one more day like yours. Don't let life slip by in complaints or regrets. Every morning you wake is a fresh start, a blank page to rewrite your own story. Live every moment fully. Give your best and be thankful for the smallest things, for they create the masterpiece called life. Gratitude doesn't weaken us. It makes us stronger. For when you cherish each moment, you won't easily give up. When you see today as a gift, you'll live with joy, love, and true effort. Every day is a new chance to live better, love more, and draw closer to your dreams. Be grateful that you're still alive and live in a way that honors that gift. Today is full of hardships, and tomorrow won't be easy either. But after tomorrow, things will get better. Life can feel like a bumpy road. Today, you wrestle with struggles. Tomorrow, more challenges await. No magic makes it easy overnight, and no one crosses a storm without getting weary. But in those tough days, you're forging strength, resolve, and courage. Believe that after all the effort, after relentless struggle, things will improve. Today's steps, though small, bring you closer to the dawn ahead. Hardships are temporary tests. Faith and patience are the guides to success and happiness. Life doesn't promise an easy journey, but it does promise light to those who persevere. And looking back, you'll see those hard days shaped the strongest, most complete you. Today's and tomorrow's hardships are stepping stones to the happiness beyond. Be patient, keep going, and trust that everything will get better if you don't quit. Never lose faith in yourself. Just believing you can do it gives you another reason to try. In life, there will be times you feel unsteady, when everything seems against you. Doubts, failures, or others' stares might shake you. But no matter what, never lose faith in yourself, for if you don't believe, no one else can believe for you. Faith is like a small flame blown out by storms many times, but if you patiently relight it, it burns brighter. Each time you believe you can, you give yourself a reason to rise, to act, to not stop midway, and those small steps in faith will lead to greater things than you imagined. Don't wait for perfection to start believing. Believe first, then act. For faith is the beginning of all success. When you believe you can, the universe starts arranging everything to make it happen. Faith is your greatest power. Even if the world turns away, keep believing in yourself, for just believing you can gives you another reason, another flame, another path forward. Don't sigh. Stretch and live. Mud under your feet, but sunshine overhead. Life isn't always a bed of roses. There are times your feet are caked in mud. You stumble, grow tired, want to sigh, and quit. But pause. take a deep breath and stretch up to live. Even with mud on your feet, the sun is always above, lighting the way ahead, reminding you hardships are fleeting while light awaits. Each time you stand tall in adversity, you conquer not just the situation, but yourself, your fear, despair, and laziness. Let the mud underfoot be a lesson, a reminder of your strength. Let the sun overhead be faith, hope, a promise that things will improve. Don't let the present bow your head. Stretch, walk on, and let the light guide you. For life, mud and all, is still beautiful and worth living. Hardships can't eclipse the light. Stretch, walk through the mud, and head toward the sun, for just standing straight and moving forward makes you braver than you think. Hardships will pass, like a fierce storm that eventually clears. Skies brighten, clouds part. Life sometimes mimics sudden storms. They strike, relentless, making hearts sink and steps falter. But remember, hardships don't last forever. Like rainstorms, no matter how fierce, the sky will clear, clouds will scatter, and light will return. Every challenge is part of the journey. They teach patience, how to stand firm in winds, and reveal the hidden strength within. Looking back, those stormy moments made you stronger, tougher, and more appreciative of warm sunlight than ever. Don't fear hardships. Don't lose heart. Trust that every storm ends, and then you'll see open skies, brighter, and you'll be ready to continue your path. Hardships are temporary. Light always waits at the storm's end. Be patient and steady, for after the rain, the sky clears and life remains as beautiful as ever. Happiness isn't always ready-made. It springs from your own actions. Happiness isn't a gift waiting on the table for you to take. It's not something bought with money or gained by comparing to others. True happiness stems from your actions, knowing how to love, to give, to forgive, and to savor simple moments. When you care for yourself, are patient with others, and actively create positive experiences, happiness arrives on its own. It's not loud or flashy, but gently weaves into every second of life. Like dawn's light, happiness emerges from the small, steady efforts you plant each day. Remember, you are the builder of your own happiness. Every good deed, positive thought, decision to live fully is a brick building joy and peace within you. Happiness doesn't wait outside for you to find. It starts with your actions and attitude, from how you love, live, and give each day. Kindness is the language the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Kindness needs no fancy words, no spotlight, no crowd to witness. It lives in the simplest acts: a smile, a hand held, help when needed. Those small things hold power beyond all barriers. The deaf still feel the warmth. The blind still see the light of goodness. Kindness is the language of the heart. No learning, no theory, just living openly and caring. It's like an invisible thread connecting us all, despite differences in circumstances, origins, or abilities. When you live kindly, you not only bring joy to others, but brighten your own soul, lighten it, and fill it with life. The world can be harsh, but kindness is the light that pierces any darkness, crosses any wall. It proves that between people, words aren't needed, just hearts warm enough. Kindness is timeless power, without borders. One small kind act can touch anyone. Any situation for goodness is a language everyone understands.